People keep talking about inflation, but I think we're actually in a depression right now. Possibly the biggest depression in world history. The Federal Reserve can't just keep printing money and expect everything to hold up. The shadow banking system, or what's called the Eurodollar system, is thousands of times bigger than the federal. No matter what happens, we're heading downward. I hope I'm wrong, but bankruptcy is coming. But the US dollar? It's nothing more than a piece of paper. And the more they print, the less it's worth. The people in charge of the system, politicians, bankers, and central planners, are as corrupt as they come. They don't care about you, me, or the average worker. Most of our schools are run by Marxists. The financial system is run by Marxists. Even my own family doesn't realize they're Marxists. They believe in giving people handouts instead of teaching them how to create wealth. But that's the way the system is designed, to keep people dependent. So here's the bottom line. The financial collapse is coming. It's not a matter of if, but when. The people who are paying attention, who understand what's really happening, have a chance to protect themselves. Those who don't, they're going to get wiped out. Gold, silver, Bitcoin. Protect yourself before it's too late. This isn't capitalism, it's cronyism. Real capitalism destroys weak businesses and inefficient systems. Blockbuster disappeared when Netflix came along. That's capitalism. But instead of letting bad banks fail, the government bails them out. That's socialism. That's communism. The Federal Reserve exists to protect rich bankers, not the economy. Most people don't realize it, but the US left real money behind in 1971 when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. Since then, the Fed has been free to print as much money as they want, and that's exactly what they've been doing. That's why I buy gold. It's real money. Silver is real money. Bitcoin, thanks to blockchain technology, is a form of digital gold. The Federal Reserve is finished. The US Treasury is finished. Wall Street is finished. The government is finished. They're going to print more and more money, hoping to cover their debts. But that will only make things worse. Look at Zimbabwe. This is a 10 billion Zimbabwean dollar bill, and it's worthless. That's the future of the US dollar if things don't change. They need inflation because they have to pay off their massive debt with worthless dollars. And the people who suffer the most? The middle class, the average worker, regular people who are just trying to make ends meet. For retirees and baby boomers, depending on the stock market, it's going to be brutal. If you're 65 years old, planning to live off your investments for the next 20 years, you could be in serious trouble. And this isn't some wild theory, it was all predicted long ago. Even Karl Marx, who was completely wrong about most things, correctly predicted that unchecked capitalism would eventually push half the population into poverty. So what's the solution? Pay attention. Be smart. There's no magic fix, but you can take control of your own financial future. That's why I own gold, silver, and Bitcoin, not because I'm obsessed with them, but because I don't trust the people in charge of the financial system. I learned about capitalism at home, not in school. Schools today teach Marxism, not financial education. The mainstream media is completely corrupt, and they push the same agenda. I fight for capitalism because capitalism is about freedom. If you want to be a communist, fine, but don't take my freedom away. People say we have inflation, but the truth is we're in a depression. And the Fed? They have no real power. The Eurodollar system, the shadow banking network, has far more influence than the federal. Every time the Eurodollar yield curve inverts, it signals a financial disaster, and it just inverted again. That's why I believe this coming crash will be the biggest in history. The bigger issue is that this could be the end of the American empire. The Federal Reserve, the Treasury, and the government have mismanaged the US dollar so badly that their only solution is to keep printing more money. But here's the thing, real money comes from production. When a government starts paying people not to work, they're not helping them, they're just trying to stop them from revolting. This is exactly what happened during the fall of the Roman Empire. The leaders debased the currency, fought endless wars, taxed the workers, and in the end, the empire collapsed. Sound familiar? Now, am I going to take the money if they hand it out? Of course. Why fight the government, the Fed, or the system? If they're handing me a check for $1,000, I'll take it, but I'll convert it into gold, silver, or Bitcoin. I don't trust the dollar. I don't trust the Treasury, and I certainly don't trust Wall Street. At some point, there will probably be a new agreement, something like the Louvre Accord or the Smithsonian Accord, where they rewrite the financial rules again. And when that happens, the US dollar could be finished. The IMF, Japan, and China will all get involved. But for regular people like you and me, if you're holding on to dollars, you might be in serious trouble. The dominoes are already falling. Look at what's happening with major pension funds. One of the biggest in America is on the brink of collapse. That means firefighters, teachers, and public workers could be left with nothing. They trusted the system, believed their pensions would be there, and now they're about to find out they were lied to. This is going to be the biggest financial disaster in history, and it's all connected: real estate, bonds, markets, everything.